Yes, during the BUSOGA Royal Wedding, which happened yesterday, I realized something which very many people skipped. Every kind of person was invited in this $1 million wedding, but I didn't see any opposition, any big opposition figure in attendance, and very many questions started to arise. During the fundraising, every person fundraised, both from government and the opposition. But in attendance, I did not see any opposition figure. When I talk about any opposition figure, I mean the biggest opposition figures from Uganda. I'm not making this case because they contributed, but I'm making this case because such a big wedding ought to have brought all people together, because the Kyabazinga of Busoga is a leader of everyone, both in the opposition and in government. So in this episode, I've come to talk about why the biggest opposition leaders were not in attendance, what it means for a country, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There is a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. I dedicate this video to the political prisoner Olivier Rutaya, who has been in incarceration for more than 3 years. So yesterday was the royal wedding. By the way, I congratulate the Isebantu of Busoga upon getting the Inebantu. Jovia Mutesi, afunvuwa li Kyabazinga. But during this wedding, we saw very many people were invited, to an extent that they even went on to give a speech. But to my surprise, there was no any big opposition leader in the audience. And to me, I think this was not a mistake. First of all, I thought that Robert Kyagulanyi didn't attend because he was outside the country. But he came back in the morning during that wedding. At least if he wanted, he would have gone at the reception. Let me assume that Kyagulanyi was busy since he came back in the morning during that day. Maybe he was tired. But also, I did not see the party president, Patrick Amuriat, or even the Secretary General, and yet they contributed for the wedding. I don't see Kizza Besigye. I don't see the Lord Mayor. I don't see any big opposition leader. Even Mugisha Muntu was not around. Qualifying my statement, even today at the press conference of the NUP, BOBI WINE came out and said that his invitation was revoked by a call barring him from attending the wedding.
Twasazeewo omukolo ogwo ne twagukola lunaku lwajjo nga bwe mwategedde, twabadde lukulu nnyo eri obwa Kyabazinga bwa Busoga ne Uganda yonna, kuba yabadde embaga ya Isebantu ne Inebantu, era njagala nga sinagenda maaso okuyozaayoza Kyabazinga ne maama olw'omukolo gw'ekitiibwa ogwo, n'okuyozaayoza abaana b'e Busoga mwenna. Twebaza kubanga Katikkiro wa Busoga yali yampita ne ttiimu yange publicly nga bwe mwalaba, era nabadde siri mu ggwanga naye namiikize kiwa nkomawo nga 17 kiro 17 nga bukyali nsobole okwetaba ku mukolo ogwo, naye kusaawa envanyuma nategezeddwa nti Mwami Museveni ne security ne mutabani we baataddewo woda nti kubeera ku mukolo ogwo, era nga bwe mwalabye saabaddeyo, naye era tugenda mu maaso n'okuyozaayoza abagole baffe n'okubagaliza obufumbo obw'ekitiibwa. Nasubiddwa nnyo nadde n'oguze suuti yange empya, naye balwe nagenda e Busoga njajjambala.
So that means the government came out and barred all opposition figureheads to attend this wedding. And I think to me, this was uncalled for. A kingdom must embrace each and everything. A kingdom must come out to embrace each and every person. That is why I think every kingdom must copy from the Buganda kingdom. On big functions in the Buganda kingdom, everyone is invited, both from the opposition and from government. The organizers of this ceremony ought not to have allowed this to happen, because the kingdom takes both those from the government and from the opposition. So to me, I think the organizers of this ceremony, and I'm not saying that the Kyabazinga, the organizers facilitated intolerance. Okay? And in politics, nothing is done by mistake. So in this episode, I've come to dive into why the opposition leaders were never in attendance. First of all, the Inebantu's father is an RDC, which makes him part of the government. Okay? But that cannot be the issue of barring other opposition leaders from attending. Okay? Because I think that the organizing committee anticipated that if they invited the opposition leaders, remember, you cannot call people like MUHOOZI Kainerugaba to give a speech, and you refuse to give a chance to BOBI WINE or any opposition leader to also give a speech. And to me, this was a great mistake. Such functions must bring us together, because the Kyabazinga is a leader of everyone. Okay? He leads both NRM and the opposition. If such an institution, I don't want to put it on an institution, but if the organizing committee decided to do that way, it shows that it just promotes intolerance. Because at least on cultural functions, everyone must be together. Everyone must be given a chance to shine under the Kyabazinga. Okay? But I think they feared, since they anticipated General MUSEVENI to be the chief guest of the function, they feared if they invited BOBI WINE on the same function with General MUSEVENI, maybe there would be animosity in the room. But even if it was true, that is the beauty of having a leader who brings people together. So the organizing committee missed on this one. They ought to have invited the opposition to also be in attendance, because they have the love for the Kyabazinga. So I think this was a mistake which was done by the organizing committee, which further shows how intolerant the government is. Just imagine how beautiful it will be if the Kyabazinga, if BOBI WINE and maybe those from government were in the same tent and both were given a chance to speak on this royal wedding. Just imagine how the Kyabazinga would be happy. Just imagine how the Kyabazinga would have brought people together at that ceremony. It will be a very beautiful thing. But nevertheless, I congratulate the Katukiro of Uganda upon executing the royal wedding successfully. Just that those were the missing part in the puzzle. This is not a good direction for our country, and most importantly, when it is being orchestrated by one of the biggest institutions in our country. Of course, that's my opinion. You can also tell me what you think by commenting on this video. Thank you very much for listening. And if this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.